I'm Christina, I'm from Mind Matter, and I'm here to give you a short introduction to how to spot stress in your team and a few tips how to deal with it. If you have an employee that you suspect is suffering from stress, there's a very good chance that you're right. Unfortunately, there's also a good chance that the state is quite a bit worse than you suspect. When we talk about spotting stress in an organization, it's useful to identify the degree of stress. How bad is it? And a useful tool is the stress staircase, going from a situation of no stress in the green zone to a stress collapse in the red. Now, let's take a brief look at each step of the stress staircase. If your team is in green, keep doing what you're doing. Green zone is where effectiveness and productivity is the highest, so green is what you should aim for. In the yellow zone, stress symptoms will start to appear. The employee in the yellow zone is speeding up and often very busy. Lunch and breaks are being skipped, dialogues are cut short, and you might notice that your employee is absent in meetings and dialogues. You'll see that he or she is desperately trying to deal with tasks all the time, probably also on their phone, simply to tick off tasks from that to-do list. As a rule of thumb, and this will probably come as a surprise to you, one should not be in this zone for more than a month at the time. Then you need to act. And the way you act is tell him that you're concerned and that you need to do something. Don't just ignore the problem. Prioritize tasks together with him and follow up. Discuss what you can do to move back into green zone. In orange, the temperature is really heating up. Stress symptoms have worsened and cognitive skills can now be seriously affected. And it's very rare that an employee can get back from orange zone without help. So what you need to do in this phase is interfere. Prioritize for him and take tasks away. Decide how you can reduce the workload for him. You might even have to go through his calendar to create space for recovery. This seems provocative to many, and so they avoid doing it, but it is actually the right thing. Adjust working hours. A day or two a week for recovery or reduced daily working hours is a good idea, but please make sure that you reduce complexity and workload accordingly. So often I meet good, well-meaning managers who've told their employees to leave early or take a day or two at home. But that is poison because you're still asking your employee to prioritize and have the overview. And he is no longer capable of doing just that. So interfere, and yep, you do need to involve your boss at this stage if you have one, and the rest of your team. A stress collapse, red zone, can take different forms, but signs are that one will break down, unable to get out of the car. This is where we see situations where really simple tasks that a person has been doing on a routine basis, they are now unable to do them. The body and mind need recovery, and time off work is now a necessity. The employee needs professional help, and you need to involve your own manager if you have one, and the rest of your team. If you ignore this and pursue targets and goals undaunted, there is a good chance that you're sending more people down the stress staircase, and possibly even yourself.